Yo, what's going on? Thanks for tuning into this one. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the soft goods that I've grabbed very recently from 112 Props. I've seen these guys around some Reddit posts and a few YouTube videos. Look pretty legit. Look like it's some good stuff. So, decided to take a chance, try them out, made an order. I ordered about 8 pairs or eight things from them actually. As I just could not help myself, but and we're going to take a look at the first 4 that I picked. At the quality, the ease of how to install it, and also my personal experience with ordering with them. But before that, if you like this kind of stuff, give me a sub, hit me with a like or dislike, and yeah, so let's check these out. And for a while now, I've been looking around Reddit posts, social media channels, and Facebook groups for suggestions where the best place I can get soft goods. And it seems that 112 Props came up a lot, highly rated, and was suggested. But a lot of people are saying, it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 months for you to receive your stuff, which makes a lot of sense because they're based out of Indonesia, and apparently there's one guy that does it all there, so it makes a lot of sense. But I do prefer this because these things are not mass produced, and they're individually handcrafted, which means you can expect really good quality. I'd have to say my order experience with them has been really good, actually. Knowing that it'll take a long time to fulfill an order, they did respond to my inquiries, like my emails and stuff like that. Eventually, it took a bit of time, but yeah, he did respond and assured my order was being worked on. And long and behold, 3 months later, I got it. Alright, so I wanted to take a quick look at how this will look like when you receive it in the mail, how it's packaged, and the quality of the actual capes themselves. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, even though you will have to kind of do some modding with your figures, a couple of things that I have here are, sorry, let me just grab this here. Just, any kind of hobby knife. You can use one of those X-Acto knives, but I prefer the hobby knife because it's sharper and a little bit easier to hold when you're cutting out stuff. And then I got this from Amazon. It's a Dremel tool. Actually, Dremel is the brand of it, but this is just kind of like I guess a shaving tool. I don't know what to officially call it, but it comes with all sorts of bits, and this was around 40 bucks Canadian, so it's not too expensive. Depending how much you want to spend on that, there are more expensive versions, and of course, you need some sort of super glue or crazy glue. But yeah, so this is pretty much how they come. They come in Ziploc bags. Now they're sealed, and it's pretty well packaged, I would say. No damages on anyone that I got. This is the Doctor Strange one. As I mentioned earlier, I picked up 8. So this is a preview for part 2 video, right? So some are labeled, some aren't. I mean, no major issue, but I mean, they come pretty well packaged. So starting off with Thor. So this is the cape that he comes with. For his, it's a very good quality, I would say, like the cloth itself. There's one thing I will point out. It kind of, unfortunately, wrinkles a little too easily. Like I had this on display maybe a couple of days, and then when I took it out, it kind of wrinkled, unfortunately. So yeah, just keep that in mind. In terms of the actual cloth quality is really good. The wiring is really, really good. I was able to get some good poses with this. Now with this version, this is the magnetized version. So at the end, at the tips of this, there are magnets here. And as I was showing earlier, you have to kind of remove the cape. Some videos show that they actually remove the whole plastic of the cape from the inside, but I didn't. I just cut it off, so there's it kind of tops out. Otherwise there will be kind of like a gaping hole in the shoulders, so I just kind of left that there because that part is being covered by the cape anyway. It makes it easier to kind of put the magnets on as well, so it won't kind of like fall in when you're gluing it in. Unfortunately, I did not kind of like record my own process on it because I was a little bit nervous that I might screw something up. But it's very straightforward. I don't know if it'll be easy or not. That'll be up to you, but it's very straightforward. Once you have the cape removed, Dremel in deep enough that you can get the magnets in, and then once you're comfortable enough, glue it in, and that's it. You're good to go. And it basically just clamps on like that, and that is it. You've got your Thor with the cape. Up next, we got the hood. This one is probably one of my favorite ones that I've ordered. It looks so, yeah, it looks so cool, you know. It's got the tattered up design, and it's done very well. And again, the quality is really good on these, and I like how the cloth isn't as flowy, I guess, as the Thor one. This one's a little harder, so when you're posing it, it's a little easier to get those kind of like upward draft posing. You'll know what I mean once you have this. But yeah, so it's wired on the edges, and then there's 3 wires in the middle to help it pose better, as well as around the hood bridges. Now, this style of the cape, there is a garter here for support. So I'll have this here as an example, so I have them ready. Took me a bit of time to figure this out when you're putting it on, but basically you have to kind of have it pose it down like that, and then put him in so that it wedges in. And then once that's done, oh, okay, no, I have this the other way around. Yeah, you will see what I mean once you get this. Okay, so I think we got it here. So once you have it like that, you're gonna have to loop it around over the top, over the head, so that it kind of goes right in, and then that's where you're gonna put in the head. And then, so yeah, that's pretty much what that'll look like. For Emma Frost, I would say this is probably the one that took me the longest, just because to remove her cape, it's attached onto her nipples. So, and the thing is, there are some videos out there removing it, but again, it kind of leaves a hole there, and it looks a little bit awkward, especially if you have the cape on. There'll be a hole, so you kind of have to backfill it. I know I've seen some people put putty and repaint it. I didn't want to do that, so I just try to cut it off as close as possible, and then just kind of like Dremel in the extra plastic, so that once you put it in, which in her case, it just kind of slides on. That's pretty much it. That's how it'll look like, having it more mobile. Now, previous videos of this, actually, it was magnetized here, so they're kind of separated, but I guess the newer versions, they're not. It's sold in together. I guess it makes it a little easier to install, but you can, however, have the option also of just kind of like removing the stitch in between there and just gluing it on separately, so that, it's a little bit more, she'll have a little bit more room to do her poses. But as is, in my opinion, it's good enough, and a lot better than this. So yeah, that's Emma Frost. And then last but not least, that's my most favorite one actually out of this set, is the Doctor Doom cape. So yeah, this is, I guess, one of the more easier kind of like slap-on ones, where you just kind of remove the head, and then this kind of just has a it's pegged into his chest, and then just easily remove. So you can kind of like reuse that. And in this cape, there is no garter support. Now, I did come in contact with 112 Props, and they said that this version is supposed to be like this because it's specifically for this figure, I guess, on their site, because there's a few other different Doctor Doom figures. This one is from the 3-pack Cabal. It still works. The only thing is, yeah, sometimes the hole there will kind of be exposed. But the good thing is, when you're using the original head, the hood will kind of keep it in place. I'll show you what I mean here. Yeah, so the hood edges, I guess. So let me just get that in place. There we go. Yeah, the hood edges will kind of keep the cape in place, so you can have those poses, and it kind of sticks on fairly well. Compared to the other capes, I would say this is probably the best one also. Like, I don't know, yeah, the quality on this is really good. It doesn't wrinkle as much or as easily. But yeah, it does come with the wiring all the way around at the bottom. So yeah, you can get those really awesome poses. Again, I was really happy with how these turned out. You won't be disappointed with the quality, as long as you're patient when you make your order, because as I mentioned earlier, it did take me 3 months to get it. But yeah, these guys are legit. They're really easy to deal with. And I'm going to do a part 2 video of the rest of the stuff that I got from them. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and that it was able to help make your decision easy if you're thinking about buying from these guys. Anyways, that's all I got. Take it easy, y'all.